Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about a character who is able to connect to any computer system and was created by Reed Richards himself. Of course, we're talking about the robot Herbie. Now Herbie, the humanoid experimental robot B-type integrated electronics, is a character from Marvel Comics that was initially conceived for the new Fantastic Four and integrated into the comics continuity shortly afterwards. The character is usually depicted as an ally of the Fantastic Four. Now, when the Fantastic Four property was made into an animated series in 1978, the character of the Human Torch was unable to be used at that time because the character had been optioned to do a solo movie, which never happened. A popular urban myth, however, says that Marvel stopped this character altogether because the Torch caused fear that children might attempt to emulate him by setting themselves on fire. However, needing a fourth member to round out the team of the Fantastic Four, Stan Lee pitched the idea for a cute robot sidekick, and artist Jack Kirby, who had been hired as a storyboard artist for D. Patty/Freelung, designed it. Unfortunately, this was Jack Kirby's last work for Marvel. Herbie first appeared in the comics of the Fantastic Four number 209 in August 1979 and was adapted from the cartoon character by Marv Wolfman and John Byrne. Herbie was created by Mr. Fantastic and Master Czar of the Xandarians, who had hoped that the robot would aid their search for Galactus, whom at the time they sought for aid in defeating the villain known as the Sphinx. Now, what neither of the creators realized was that Dr. Sun, an enemy of Master Czar, who had his consciousness trapped within Xandarian computers, was able to escape by jumping from one computer to Herbie's body. The little robot was a sleeper agent unbeknownst, whom he could control whenever he wished. Although the alien pirate mysteriously died in Herbie's presence, the villain, Blastar, suddenly escaped from the negative zone. Now, at the time, nobody suspects that Herbie was responsible for it. Now, after Sun's attempt to assassinate the Fantastic Four failed, Dr. Sun reveals himself at last, trapping the Invisible Woman and the Human Torch within the Baxter Building security system and besting Mr. Fantastic and Thing with Herbie's weapons. He then abandons Herbie's body and transfers his consciousness into the Baxter Building's main computer itself, which would allow him to control the entire building. And if you know anything about the Baxter Building, it has plenty of weapons within it. Mr. Fantastic is able to lock Dr. Sun away from the rest of the computer system, but Herbie, however, now himself again, realizes that Dr. Sun could always just simply return into his body. Not wanting the villain to cause any more trouble, the little robot heroically throws himself into the computer, destroying Dr. Sun and himself. Later, Franklin is shown with another Herbie robot that Ben refers to as a flying frog. It is explained that this one had been built partly to keep an eye on Franklin's developing powers, and these powers fluctuate mostly due to Franklin's failure to resolve a Rubik's Cube and a nearby TV show urging someone to grow up. The resulting power surge destroys Herbie altogether. Other Herbie robots are eventually built throughout the years, and most are just serving general duties around the Baxter Building. In Marvel Knights, Herbie had served as the guardian and companion for young Franklin Richards and his sister Valeria. In a weird twist of fate, a mistake leaves the Fantastic Four lost in time, and other heroes running the Baxter Building. The Herbie robots somehow take on the costumes of Doctor Doom and demand respect. Otherwise, they're just peaceful. Now, they later reject this clothing and go back to normal duties, but several of the robots take to watching interesting videos online in their downtime. Now, some of the other versions out there in the Marvel Universe of Herbie are pretty interesting. In Deadpool Illustrated, an alternate universe is devoid of heroes, and Deadpool uses modified Herbie units to unalive his allies, which are supervillains who have pointed the way to unaliving all fictional beings. These units, however, offer back rubs instead of saw blades. In Marvel Zombies, specifically the Marvel Zombies 2, a handful of active Herbie robots show up as security for the Baxter building, but the Fantastic Four have left it empty and abandoned for some time. It is later explained that Forge, one of the few mutant survivors of the zombie plague, was the one that activated Herbie. Now, as far as powers and abilities go with Herbie, he is as the acronym goes, a humanoid experimental robot B-type integrated electronics. He has the ability to connect to any computer system whatsoever, and being created by Reed Richards, he does not have a lack of weaponry. He has electricity generators. You can just plug into him and get all the energy you need. He has various lasers all over his body, and he also has various hidden tools and features. When Blastar attacked the Fantastic Four using Herbie's weapons, it's to be noted that he was able to best Mr. Fantastic and the Thing at the same time. Anyway, this is what we know of Herbie. We really like this character. He is in and out of all of the Fantastic Four comic books out there, and hopefully as the Fantastic Four go on throughout the years, there will always be a little room for a Herbie. As always, please like, share, and subscribe. We really do appreciate that. Also, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think of this video. And also maybe write down what character or hero or villain or what have you out there in the entertainment industry. Let us know what you want to see on this channel and we'll try to make it happen. As always, Excelsior.